tune in a bucket. Don't ask me to collect or gather any notes that can help you feel good about my voice, because yes, I sound dazzling and charming right now, like I could belt out a fantastic tune, but trust me, it's all a facade. It does not work out when I start to sing. But trust me, I do sing all the time. Matter of fact, I've been singing this song pretty much all day. Hello and welcome to another episode of Music and Nostalgia. It is your host, Dapo Peters, and I am so excited to be with you again today. Listen, I just wanted to share a quick story. Yes, I'm solo. It's been a while. I know you guys are used to some exciting and interesting voices, but I wanted to share a quick story with you, right? And it comes from the song, The Best Man I Can Be. This is a song that came out in 1999, and it featured Ginuwine, RL, Tyrese, and Case. This is the pre-cry face or crying Tyrese on Live. This was after the Coca-Cola ad got him to prominence. This is the Ginuwine a few albums after Pony. This is RL after I forgot the group's name, but this is after Next. And this is Case after he had featured Beyonce as a part of his video. She wasn't singing, she was just the model in the video, right? This is that era of music before everybody was a Bayhiver, you know, that era. This was 1999, and it was actually a pretty pinnacle period for me, right? Because I graduated from high school in the year 2000. Part of being the foreign kid, the outsider at my school, is I got to involve myself in many programs, and I was already the oddball, so it didn't really matter what I was involved with. I was involved with on-campus organizations. I was involved with athletics. I was also involved with like the choir and stuff like that, because hey, I was going where the people were. I was going where the girls were. I was going where the cool kids were, because it just made sense, right? Like if I was not going to be accepted or understood by a majority of the people, why not have fun in the spaces where at least you could create and cultivate the environment for friendships and love, right? So that song came out because of the movie. Well, it came out in conjunction with the movie The Best Man. And if you guys know what The Best Man is, it tells the story of four friends who, a group of friends who reunite for one of them who's a football player's wedding, and they all go get together, and one of them wrote a book and they read it, and it's very evident that it's a story about their lives, and there was some infidelity that went on along the way. So that's part of where the story is, right? And how the redemption comes out of all of this. That's part of the scope of the movie. If you haven't seen the movie, you're late, because they've made a sequel. People have died, people have gotten married, kids have been born. So you just need to go catch the movie The Best Man. It's actually a really good movie. So anyway, that was the premise of how this song, I guess, was birthed into our existence. And when I saw that movie, I was completely like, yo, I can't wait to have this kind of experience. And my senior year, which was, in the year 2000, or my last semester as a high school kid, I was in the choir, and I ended up joining what was the senior choir, and the choir director was such a nice gentleman. He was really cool, and he selected four guys from the choir and said, "Hey, I want you guys, well, five guys, because it was a quintet, right?" He selected five of us and said, "Listen, I want you guys." The principal asked me to have a group of guys sing a song for graduation at the baccalaureate. And for those, the baccalaureate is a pre-graduation celebration where we recognize the senior class for the things that they've done. I believe I may be off on that, because it was 22 years ago. So y'all forgive me if I'm wrong, right? But so we had this event, and so he told us a few months in advance that, hey, the principal wants you guys, wants us to have a group of guys sing for the baccalaureate. And I was like, okay, so who you picking? and he picked five guys, right? And we're like, so one of my boys, Robert, he was a really cool dude, right? He ended up joining the military. I don't remember what branch, but he was one of those guys. He was singing since forever. Me, not quite that much. I sang in choir at church, and then at school because it was just a way to kind of do something and do something different, something that I would enjoy and enjoy the thought of singing. I thought maybe there could be hope for me. Don't ask me to hold a tune in a bucket. Don't ask me to collect or gather any notes that could help you feel good about my voice because, yes, I sound dazzling and charming right now. Like I could belt out a fantastic tune, but trust me, it's all a facade. It does not work out when I start to sing. But trust me, I do sing all the time. Matter of fact, I've been singing this song pretty much all day, and I think that's why I was like, I got to do this episode on this song. So here you are. That's what we're doing. So anyway, so now we're practicing and we're rehearsing for this song, and because the song again, it was four people, but it was built as a quintet for us to make sure that all five of us could, because not everybody had range like these individuals because they're professional singers. So to fill in the gaps, make sure that we could sing it. So it was done. We practiced, and I remember like it was just so dope. It was such a fantastic vibe to the song. I mean, when you think about some of the lyrics, and it's like, this is for my brothers in the hood, right? Like I don't know who started it off like that, right? And the high risers or the mansions with the maids. I was like, what? Like you got variety in the type of brothers, and and so and then you identify the artists that are going to be singing the song, and it's like Case, Ginuwine, Tyrese, and RL. And so, like it's now a tune. Like, of course, these guys were just, I mean, in that era, they were kings, right? Like, who could compete in that era of R&B? So they were rocking it. And then it goes, I'm standing here alone, trying to face another day. Gotta stay strong to endure this pain. And then another brother comes in. I'm dealing with right now. It flipped my whole world upside down. I don't want your help. I don't need your sympathy. But I'm sorry for you guys. I said I wasn't going to sing, but I got carried away because, I mean, it's just a tune, right? So we do the song. We practice it. We rehearse. We get ready. And then baccalaureate comes, which was a few days before graduation. And so we do this whole thing. Like there's a whole program that's rocking. So then at the point of the program that they call for the guys to come up and sing, we come up and sing, and we kill it. I mean, whatever we kill it means, but we killed it. We did a good job. It was well received. If it sounded horrible, nobody said that to us, and nobody expressed any of that to us. So we were so thankful for that. So now, after all of that is done, it's over. The principal comes to speak to the choir director, and he says, "Yo, I appreciate you guys doing it, but when I asked for the singers, I wanted all seniors." Well, we had a young man that was in the choir. He was in the school choir or whatever it was. He was probably a couple of years after us, and he joined us because the principal apparently didn't give specific instructions to the choir director to say, make sure that they're all seniors. I don't want any non-seniors singing in this group, that I want you guys to formulate for this. And we were like, when we found out, like, because he said it like right there, close enough in earshot after the whole event was over for us to know what was going on. And I remember thinking, well, too late now, buddy, because it's over, But it happened. It was a great experience. And I remember thinking, me and a couple of the guys like Robert and some of the other guys were like, yeah. I think it was me, Robert, Frankie. I can't think of Gail, and I can't think of the fifth person. But we rocked it out, and we were talking like we were actually about to start some kind of a singing group. I knew good and doggone well it wasn't happening on my watch with me involved. I could be the manager, but y'all weren't having me singing because clearly you guys heard me a few minutes ago and I just gave you guys pure love in a trash can because that was sexy for nobody but me. But yeah, so it was a really great experience to do that song. It's something that I'd always dreamed of doing, right? I always wanted to sing. I always wanted to participate in music in some form or another, and to have that opportunity, being the new kid on the block. Even if a couple of years later, I was just new to the space, and there were other people that were probably way more talented, but probably too cool to do something like that, like singing in a choir or anything like that for guys anyway. But it was an amazing experience, amazing opportunity to fulfill a dream that I never knew how that would come about. I joined the choir just because I'm going to be real, I wanted to be where the girls were. And I knew that'd be a good space. And yeah, it was. But having that opportunity to have the quartet, it just takes me back. So every time I hear that song, every time I see the video, which here's some funny stuff about the video. Let's talk about the video really quickly. Like, I was always curious, why did Ginuwine have a full-on turtleneck? And I'm not talking about like fancy turtleneck. He had like in the middle of a snowy winter in Michigan after a blizzard, like that kind of a thick sweater. Like, okay, I'm just going out to the grocery store to pick up some milk and eggs. That kind of a sweater. And then at the same time, why did Case, I think it was, Case had the vest, like the leather vest and leather pants too big for his size. And I'm like, yo, like, did y'all think about what weather you guys were in? And, of course, Tyrese was in a little beanie and all of that. So I was like, y'all just didn't know what weather you guys were coming into. And I had so much judgment. It was a dope house though. Like the whole setup, the layout was fantastic. But I was judging the entire outfit that every single one of them was wearing, particularly Ginuwine with his heavy sweater and the Timbs he was rocking. I was like, y'all need to fix that. And of course, Case. But yeah, so that's my story for today. I just wanted to give you a quick bite, a quick taste of what music and nostalgia experiences are like. For those of you that have heard this song before, for those of you that have experienced it, are there any fantastic memories that you have that take you to a particular place? And then, here's what's the cool thing about the memory, right? It doesn't necessarily have to take you back to when the song came out, or it could be a memory that's attached to it that happened years later. For me, it just happened to be in the year 2000 that this song really lived for me. And I would love to hear what your experiences are with that song, because I remember hearing that song and I thought, yeah, this is going to live forever. And it's one of those that will live for a very long time, even with some of the problematic lyrics, right? But I love it, or at least problematic scenarios that's tied into the story. But yeah, that's it. I appreciate your time. I look forward to getting some of your feedback. But whatever you do, just remember, you got to subscribe, you got to like, and you got to share share the podcast so that the world can know music and nostalgia is out here telling stories and reliving memories to help us know where we came from and some of the things that help us tie to those memories. Smash that share, smash that like, and let's have some comments. Thank you guys for joining me. Music and Nostalgia is here every Tuesday. Remember, no matter what your journey is, no matter what your challenge is, the joy is always in the journey. Have a great one. Take care. We'll see you guys later.